Hey guys, good morning. It is Monday, January 27th. It's 11:52 a.m. I'm currently on my lunch break. Going a little late, so I have until 12:05. Happy Monday. It's a busy day. Hey, too busy. Hey, so busy. Oh, happy Monday. Happy Monday. Hey, ho. Happy Monday. I completely messed that up, y'all. I'm sorry. It's so busy, y'all can't even think. I'm trying to rush. I just heated up a pizza that was in the oven because Lavelle wanted it yesterday, didn't eat it, so I heated it up. Hopefully it's not too hot. How are you guys doing? I hope you're having a wonderful day. I hope you had a wonderful night. Hope you slept well. Hot. Oh my goodness. It's busy. It is busy today. I've been on the phone all morning. Hasn't been too bad. Just my last call was a little bit difficult. But other than that, it hasn't been too bad. It's busy. I appreciate having a job, so I have no complaints. I had a video for y'all Sunday morning. Now, I did do a video in the afternoon and I think in evening, but I had a video that morning that it didn't record. And it sucks because I had a dream. If I remember correctly, the dream had to do with, I can't remember what it had to do with, to be honest with you, but in the dream, my dog Shane was in a dream, but he wasn't in a dream as a pit bull. He was in a dream as a shepherd, a German shepherd. And in the dream, we were somewhere, I don't know where, in this truck or something, and Shane wouldn't hurt a fly, sweet, quiet. There was this little bad boy running around. It was like he was putting his hand in Shane's mouth, trying to put something in his mouth. I don't know what he was doing, the little guy. And he ended up getting bit, and he was running around acting like Shane attacked him. So I'm running around trying to carry this big old dog and rush him to the car and trying to get out of there, because this is something the kid did and it'll be impossible for me to prove it. It was so crazy, y'all. And then I woke up, and that's all I remember about the dream. And that's not the first time I've had a dream like that. I used to have multiple dreams similar to that when Shane was alive. Now in this dream, he's not alive, but now in this dream, I had it while he's not alive, on top of the fact it wasn't even a pit bull. Crazy. But anyway, I got up this morning late. I was up around 6. I was up early, but I didn't start logging in and everything until late because I had laid back down because I had time, and I started watching this YouTuber. And hold on. Hey guys, I'm so sorry. The boys just came in. Lavelle is off on Monday. Jeremiah didn't have to go. He's off. Sorry, I was talking to Jeremiah. Oh, it's just a lot going on right now. I'm so hot, y'all. I had to turn the light off. I hope y'all can see me because I'm hot. I'm tired. I had the space heater on. I had to turn it off because it's so hot. I'm getting sweaty under the arm. It's just hot. Trying to eat quick. Have my water, fruit, lemon, This is my first meal of the day, and probably my last, because I really got to work on this. I wanted to share with y'all really quick because my time is up. I got like 4 minutes left. Wanted to share with y'all. There was a YouTuber. They call him Saint Christopher. I happened to stumble upon this YouTuber this morning. Which was why when I laid back down, I didn't get up right away. So yeah. They call him Saint Christopher. And he goes around his big old truck and he gives out, you see the people under the bridges and stuff in their tents. And so he gives them food and, clothes and things like that. God, I don't know who's making all this racket, boy, upstairs, man. And so he was on the west side of Chicago under this bridge. And I was like, which bridge is he under, But this man is a white guy. Has a really good relationship with these people of all colors. But mostly all the ones I saw were African American. And he was passing out food and drinks and coats and clothes, and he had one tent for another girl. And he got to talking to one lady, and he asked her, did she want a meal? She said, yeah. And she said, can I have two, because my daughter's in the tent sleeping. He said, your daughter? So they continued to talk. And he said, just hit him. When he asked how old, she said 17. He said, 17? You got a 17? He said, y'all. He said, what? He said, you don't mind me asking what's going on? What happened? The daughter has a mental disability. She has been diagnosed with schizophrenic, some other stuff. And so they can't go to just any shelter. They have to go to a certain shelter because of her diagnosis. Like they're just having a hard time. And the one tent had rats or something, so they moved down to another tent, which is a smaller tent. The young girl sometimes is not with her because she's going to school. She's in school living in a tent. And that bothered him so much. Okay, I have to follow this up on my last break of the day. Sorry, guys. Okay, guys, I'm taking my last break of the day. It's a 1:45 break, but it is 2:02. God, this air feel good, y'all. I am so hot. I'm smelling smoke. Just smoke. So, I kind of barricaded myself in my office, but I done made the damn thing too tight, which makes it hard for me to get out of it. Y'all, it's talking about hot and struggling. It's just so much. Let me go back to what I ended off on, what I was talking to you guys about. I didn't finish all that food, but it was a half a pizza, French bread pizza, and some chips, and half my lemon I've been sucking on. My water, because when I tell y'all, like my throat was so itchy, my sinuses. As soon as I poured that juice down my throat, I felt so much better throat wise. Anyway, really quick, so this gentleman's name is Saint Christopher, is what they call him. His name is Christopher. They call him Saint Christopher. When he was standing out there handing out stuff to everybody, he was talking to this young lady, and he was asking her about her daughter, because at first when he was conversating, he didn't realize the age. He was like, wait, did you so as she was explaining the situation, he said, you know what, he said, I own apartment buildings. He said, I have one apartment that the people that was in there just got out today. He said, therefore, he said, I know I have to go in and clean and this, that, and the other, he said, but he said, if I offered to put you guys in that apartment, just until you can get on your feet, find something better, get your things situated, would you accept that? Well, she was like, yes. And he was like, listen, he said, I'm going to pass out, go around and finish passing out this food for people, these clothes and things. He said, and when I get through, I'll get over there to that place. And he said, try to get it together, and then I'll come back and get you guys. He was like, give me your number, blah, blah, blah. And I'll keep in contact with you. And she was like, yes, thank you. And so the guy out there that he always talks to when he comes to give out food and stuff, he lives in the tent next to her. And he offered him too. He said, did you want to come and stay with? And he said, no. He said, I always offer you stuff, but you always say no, because he prefers to live in his tent because he feels closer to the Holy Spirit that way. That was what he told him. And while he's out there, he's always helping other people. So a lot of times, Christopher goes through him, about a lot of different, tent residents and things like that. We're trying to help. He helps him often as well. And as a matter of fact, that gentleman, I'm just gonna say L, he had a propane heater inside his tent, but someone stole it. So Christopher was asking him, hey, you want to come with me and help me clean out the place and get it together for them, and then I can pay you. I can pay you a few dollars for that. And he was like, yeah, sure. So he said, all right, guys, I'll be back. So he left. He came back. When he came back, the girl's mom wasn't there. The girl wasn't there. And he was like, hey, he was calling out, the other guy's name, L's name, because he was not right there at the time. And so L did come out or show up, and he was like, do you know where they went, so on and so forth. He said, no. He said, she's probably going back and forth, checking on things, who knows. But so they drove around a little bit looking for the mom. Eventually they did get in contact with mom. And they took her back. They were like, where's your daughter? And she was like, she's probably at the library, which is exactly where she was. And so they got the mom, and the daughter took them back. They went to the first tent that they had, cleaned it out, got their stuff out, threw stuff away. They went to the first tent, got their stuff. He told the guy, L, he said, get, what's most important, not your tent, so that nobody steals it while you're away helping me. And so the dude did, which was a backpack that he had just given the gentleman earlier that day. And so he took them to the apartment, and yeah, it definitely needed some work. I guess the tenants that were there, he had them evicted that morning. And so that's why, he was going to go in and do this and do that. But he figured, let me hurry up and get this young lady and her daughter off the street. And he was so pissed. He said, I don't have a lot. It's not like I can do a lot. He said, but he says, I can't stand for children to be on the street. He says, to me, a 17-year-old is a child, especially a 17-year-old with disabilities such as hers. These are disabilities that, because no one may not understand her disability, could cause her to lose her life or something, or hurt someone else. And so, and she was a quiet, sweet kid, so anyway, he was like, it just drives him crazy. He was like, what is going on with the government? Where we have people out here like this that want and need help, seeking help. There are some that are perfectly fine and happy with being in a tent. Kudos. He said, but the ones that don't wish this and trying to do and have better and just falling on hard times, shit happens. There's no reason for these people, for these kids to be in the street. He says pisses him the hell off. So anyway, he set them up. He left them in there. He went with the guy to the store not too far. He bought beds for them. He bought a queen, I think a full-size bed for her, full-size bed for both of them, actually. Full-size bed for both of them. He bought the mattress, the frame. He bought sheets, blankets, pillows, pillowcases. He set them up pretty good. He got his maintenance guy saying, listen, they're going to be here. This is what's going on. If they need anything, help them. Make sure the lights are on. Make sure the heat is on. If the heat ain't working, let them know. Stay in contact with him. He told her, he introduced her to him. Communicate. He said, if you need me, call me. He was on it. He was like, listen, this is the least I can do until you're able to get a little bit situated, right? So it's not a permanent situation, it's a temporary situation. And so, they were so grateful. We got them some food, and so then later, they showed where he went out, and he went in another part of Illinois where on this side I think it was more Mexicans in it. No, it was prior to that. He went to a side where there was black. There was one white guy I saw out there, but anyway, he took them food. Matter of fact, that was the second one. I digress. He went to the Mexican type area, and he handed out. He had 20 something plastic bags with containers in it with food. Some chicken wings, some enchiladas, things like that. Quesadillas. And so he pulled up his truck. He said, hey, you guys hungry? You want some food? And they were like, yeah. So they came to the van. He gave out food. He gave out sodas. He said, hey, do you guys need coats? I got coats and things in here. Take what fits you, what you may like. He handed out stuff. He saw other people walking by. He said, hey, you hungry? Do you need a plate? Do you need food? Do you need coat, jacket, some clothes? I can help you with what I have. A lot of the stuff he didn't go through was donated to him, so he wasn't 100% sure what was in all the bags, So when he left there, he said, okay, I'm going to leave here. He said, take what's, because I want to get other people too. I'm going to go a little bit further down and hand out the rest of this. And so when he left there, that's when he went to the other side, and he handed out the last of his plates and sodas, some coats and things. Well, he still had a whole lot of that stuff left, but handed out as much as he could. Had conversations with the people. He spoke to this one white guy out there, had this long beard. He has a beard too, and they conversated, and he told me, he said, hey, after talking to him and hearing his story and things, he said, let me give you my card. He said, because I don't want to say certain things out loud and around. He said, because it's a conversation between me and you. I may be able to help you with this, that, and the other, so on and so forth. And the man was like, thank you very much. He says, nobody bothers me out here, anything out there. Everybody's, everybody got their issues. I got mine, And so then when he left there, he said it was something on his heart to go by another gentleman that he usually, stops by to see. An older black guy. He's in his 70s, and he lives in his truck. He said God just put it on his heart to go by. He said he wasn't going to check on him until the following day. He goes by, he checks on him, and my breakup, I had to finish this when I get off work, y'all. Whew, y'all, I'm so tired. I got off work at 4:30, 4:45 actually, but technically I was off at 4:30. Went in there and cooked dinner. Rice, and I have chicken with sauce, and I have shrimp with sauce, because that's what we had in there. I made my own sauce for everything. You can put your chicken over the rice, your shrimp over the rice, next to the rice, whatever you want to do with the rice. I didn't put a lot on my plate because I'm not that hungry. Lord, thank you for this food. In Jesus' name of Nazareth, I pray. Amen. Yeah, I've been so hot and tired all day. I'm sitting in front of the window. I'm just going to talk to you guys for a moment because I have some important things I need to do right quick. I need to clear my mind to do that. Also, when I was talking to y'all earlier, I was talking to y'all about St. Christopher. And like I said, it was just really nice that... Oh, hold on. So good. So he felt led to go by and see one of the gentlemen, the older gentlemen that he, usually stop by and visit. Take him plates, coats, whatever, And when he got there, dude was sitting in his truck with the trunk up, or was it down? I forget. But his car wouldn't start. The battery, it needed a jump. And he barely had any gas, right? So Crystal was like, hey, brother, how you doing? And we're going to just say, how you doing? And it was like, man, I'm doing bad, I'm bad, And Crystal was like, well, what's going on? And he was like, he's having a hard time walking. His legs are giving out on him. And now the car don't want to start, this, that, and the other. And, he lives in his car. Everything is in his car. So Crystal was like, don't worry, I got you. He said, I'm going to jump it for you. He went ahead and he jumped it for him. Started right up. He asked him about his, apartment, his housing situation. He said, did the apartment come through for you? And the guy was like, yeah, I did. Actually, I got it. He was like, all right, congratulations. I guess he was on his way there, or he had the next day that he had to, until the next day that he can go in. And so while they were standing there talking, Chris noticed there was really no gas in his car. And he was like, man, he said the last time I seen you, he said I put $100 worth of gas in your car. He filled his tank up for him. And he said he just been, sleeping in his car because it's been so cold for the last, couple of days. He had to run the heat. And he was telling Chris, he said, man, it wasn't nothing but God that you came by today. Because, man, he was like, I'd have just been out here, just in the worst way. But yeah, Chris had him, followed him over to the gas station, put $100 worth of gas in his tank again, gave him the last of the meals that he had in the car, and gave him his number, said, man, put my number in there and don't wait till the last minute, because he said, why you didn't call me? He said, well, I was waiting on the emergency. He said, you sitting out here in the cold, ain't an emergency, with your legs not wanting to work, and you 70-something years old. He said, that's an emergency? But I get it, I've worked, in assisted living, and, a lot of older people, especially from back in the day, they're quite prideful, and they're quite proud of doing things themselves, accomplishing things themselves, and to have to rely on or need someone else is difficult. And I know, I've been there. It's difficult, especially when your situation ain't quite the way you want it to be, and you can't really do what you want to do and how you want to do and when and where, and it's difficult. You kind of just lay back and deal with whatever. But they both said it wasn't nothing but God. He said, because he wasn't coming back. Christopher said I wasn't going back to check on him until the next day. But the fact that I came this day, he said it wasn't nothing but God. But yeah, I have to say, so far what I've been watching, man, I was like, this guy is really, really out here trying to help, trying to make a difference, a change. While he was waiting for the gas to pump, it was a line across the street, and he thought he heard somebody say the governor was people was in line for $100 from the governor. The governor giving away $100. So he goes across the street. He said, "Hey," he said, "what y'all in line for?" And I forget what they said they was in line for, but it didn't have nothing to do with that. He said, "Oh, somebody said the governor was giving away $100." They all started laughing. So then he goes down the line, because the line was long. He asked the next group of people, "What y'all in line for?" They was like, blah, 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 blah. He's like, "Oh, because I heard the governor was giving away $1,000. Everybody was laughing. He was like, he heard, the governor was he always paying people to vote for him. You know, be $100, whatever. He paid people to vote and didn't never do what he said he was gonna do. But yeah. Well, everything that he did for that young lady and her daughter, he did out of his pocket. He did start a GoFundMe for her and her daughter. And actually, the mom has, I think she said 7 kids, 6 kids. Wait, maybe it was 5, 3 girls and a boy, maybe. The only one with her right now is the one with, you know, the disability. All of them are kind of staying somewhere. And I think she said the oldest daughter, I guess she is out of the home because, you know, she finds the one with the youngest one that has a disability. She finds the disability a bit, I guess, disturbing for her or whatever. It's unpredictable because you never know when something's going to set her off. So I guess they just, you know, she just didn't want to deal with it, I guess. If I heard correctly. Because I was still somewhat half asleep, half awake. But yeah, man. And so far, one person gave $20. And he would say, hey, I appreciate that. Anything to help. You know, he's doing his best to, you know, like you said, for people to be out here, it's just ridiculous, you know. The one young lady he was looking for out there, let's say her name started with, let's just say T. He was looking for her to give her a new tent because she had got a notice or something saying that she had to move or whatever, vacate the location she was in. I guess because her tent was raggedy or something. I forget. I don't know if she had to move because they were just moving people out of that particular location. I'm not sure. But he did get her a new tent. She just wasn't there when he got there. He didn't know where she was. But, yeah. Guys, I'm going to devour my food. My shrimps are so spicy. I love it. I'm going to eat my food. I'm going to come back, wind down a bit, get a chapter in, and yeah, okay, so give me a few and I'll be back.